Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Today we are back again and got some really awesome feedback on our last video. So I'm going to give a big shout out to my man, I hope they're saying this right, Zach Yadang or Jacques Yadang. Can you do a new separate upload when you have some free time detailing how to submit trading cards to SGC for grading? Today, Jacques, however you say it, I hope I didn't mess that up, your lucky day. We're going to do our first ever submission to SGC. I've only ever used Beckett CGA or PSA for submissions. CGA we did the first time last month, and that was really cool. People were loving that. If you haven't watched the submission guide for that and the first return, link down below to check that out. It was really exciting. So before we jump into that, if you're loving our content, guys, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll get all the latest vids when they drop. Let's just do a little background check on them. My knowledge on them was not that great. I'd always intended to use them. I've seen them, people selling their cards on the internet, on eBay, on Instagram and Facebook and that sort of stuff. But a little bit about them. They are based out of Florida in the US. They've got a pretty decent team. Now, if you're just going off their website, they were established in 1998. SGC, one of the most trusted grading and authentication services for sports memorabilia collectors worldwide. I would say they're probably the third name behind Beckett and PSA, who are sort of the leaders. I'd say after that you got SGC. So from the feedback I've seen, it's very similar to PSA. Beckett, as we know, do their own stuff with their slabs, but in terms of slabbing, these guys have a very similar process to PSA. Very customer focused, obviously, and probably a good time to submit cards with them because PSA and Beckett are going to be bogged down. So if you want to get some cards, sneaky little cards in, this might be a good alternative for people. A company like this, I think, is going to vouch for itself. So their leadership team, Peter Steinberg, the president, Tyler Grady, developer of business, Andy Raffa, who is the executive account manager. That's their leadership team. And then they've got Scott Hillman, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. He's the director of card grading. Now, I believe he had something to do with the forming of the company. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, so he's the guy that basically runs the grading division. So it all goes through him. I believe their card grading you can do all online. We're going to find that out in a second, but I believe it's similar to PSA where you can just punch it in, bang, send it off. I think one of the main differences is you can actually pay before you send with these guys, whereas Beckett and PSA bill you at the end. But without any further ado, guys, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so you want to head over to gosgc.com, and that is the SGC card grading website. So from there, you can see they've got a whole lot of stuff up the top in their menu bar. They even do pop reports and uniform authentications, card grading where you can get all the information about what you want to card grade. Start a submission, a new submission if you just want to go straight in. You will need to do an account with them. So on the top right, I've already just made an account, to do a quick one, so I can use them. If I do like them, I probably will use them again in the future because they are very competitive with their pricing. Also some really cool stuff. If you read their blog, Babe Ruth jersey sets record as most valuable piece of sports memorabilia ever sold. So 5.6 million, that's a lot of money. But yeah, they got some really cool stories here as well. Card registry, pop reports, verification, submissions. Obviously, we're here to do a submission. Now, I've got a few Just some random cards I'm going to send in for submission. I was logged in, but anyway, it wants me to log in again. Okay, so I did have a quick look at this before, and you can obviously see total amount of items added, declared value, turnaround time, shipping method, etc. So we're going to start with card grading. Alright, so search for cards. Now, the first one I'm going to put in is a Kobe Bryant. What have I got here? I've got Alright, so that's the tribute card. Mine's just a standard one, so we're gonna start with that. Okay, so declared value. Now, this is always after it gets graded. Now, and if you're unsure, bring up eBay and just search for your card just to get a general feel. Now, sometimes it's hard to tell from eBay, but it might give you some indication as to what you can declare it as. So now let's go to highest because these are unslabbed. There's a slabbed one there. So $200. Now that's assuming that it's a 10. So, or $150 for a 9.5 Beckett. Is there an SGC one? There's a GMA. So I got a feeling somewhere between $100 and $200 for this is probably a good asking. All right, so let's go with 99. We don't know that it's. So you can check out your price of the cards on eBay, and we are gonna just double check it. Kobe Bryant 282, and so there's a bit of a mix. Yeah, I think we got that right. So about 99. We'll just say that. Raw card grading is what we're choosing. So that's the first one. Second one is Kobe Bryant again. And we'll go with, let's see if this one has been done. Reflections, I think that's us. This one here. So Reflections. Just double check that one. Alright, so this one's got a little bit more value behind it. This is the card here, so if you want to check actually what it's been selling for, you just click on sold items and click completed. And you can see it's a range of somewhere between $15 here and $200 up here. So it's funny, isn't it? Anyway, I guess for that sort of thing, you've just got to choose a price in between. So once again, we'll go $99. And over here you can see the declared value, 2 items, and the turnaround time. Now I'm only going to go for the standard turnaround time. One, I don't live in America, so there's no way I'm going to be getting it back in 5 days, whatever it is the other one I've got to pay for. So I'm happy to wait for the nearly 2 months, because that's what most grading companies are offering at the moment. It's quite a big turnaround. So moving on, we'll go to, now this is pretty much all Kobe Bryant's in one Scottie Pippen here, so bear with me. Now this is the Topps Chrome. Take this one here. Now, 99. Okay, so anywhere from $20 through to about 20 grand, but we can see ungraded here. You're looking at about let's just say $50. I'll put 49. I'll be a good boy. All right, and that's us right there. That one there. Some of these cards won't even exist. There it is. So, say about $5 for that one. We'll say 10. Let's just say $10. And last but not least, we've got a Scottie Pippen. It's actually a friend of mine's card. And what number is that? The 26. So I think that's that one just there. Yep. We'll go and check the value. Some of these cards are a bit tricky to find. Okay, here it is here. So we'll say about $10. Alright, so you can see over here, you got your declared value, you got your total, and then it's up to clicking next. Now, this is what I was talking about. So $500. I'm not paying $500 for a card, so I can wait. If you got $500 and that's what you want to do, then yeah, sure. And that's their shipping there. I'm just going to choose 60 priority air, economy air. Difference is going to be probably 4 or 5 days. You're already waiting for 2 months, not paying the extra $20 because I'm stingy. And then that's your total order. You can go back over it, revise it, all the rest of it. We know it's pretty much it. So once you've got that locked in. Okay, so I just cut the camera real quick so I could pay. I just used PayPal. And that was all submitted fine. So basically now you've got to package it all up and put it into the right sort of container, and we'll head back out into the lab and I'll show you guys how I am going to suit these bad boys up, package them correctly, because that's super important. If you're unsure, they usually do have guides on how to do it, but however, the way that I will show you is perfectly fine. Going to print my invoice, which will go out to the lab. Okay, now really careful there. See how it says please print the invoice out, send it along with your cards for grading to the address below. So now I'm going to print out 2 copies, one for myself. If you go back and it says secure cards in semi-rigid card holders like Card Saver or Ultra Pro. Now that's all I use is Card Savers or Ultra Pros. I strongly recommend that. Don't use one touches, snap tights, top loaders. Don't even use top loaders. They're too hard, and the graders have a lot of trouble sometimes getting them out, and they'll have to bend your cards and all sorts of stuff. Card Savers and Ultra Pros are flexible. The graders can just pinch them open and just pull your card straight out like that. So that's the ultimate way to do it. But we'll head back out into the lab and I'll show you guys on how to do it. Alright guys, so you've just finished your submission and you've printed out your invoice. Now, you need to attach this to your submission, actual physically submission in the box. You need to put this in with it, or padded mailer, however you're going to do it. Couple things. Yep, first we just touched on that. Please print this out, send it along with your cards with grading address below. That is the address there, SGC 951 Yamato Road, Suite 110, Boca Raton, Florida. And that's your post thing. Yeah, so that's that. Second thing is, if you're in Australia, obviously, send it in one of these boxes. You get them for about $2 from Australia Post. Within Australia or worldwide, tracking your details on the back and on the front. That's SGC's details there. There is a USPS equivalent of this. If you're doing a bulk submission, definitely send one of these, or bigger. If you're doing a smaller one, you could probably just get away with the padded mailer. The bubble mailers, I think you call them in the States. Padded mailer, bubble mailer, same thing. So that's that. I will show you how I'm going to do that up. But, so they're my cards, and these are my card savers. Okay, I'm using card savers for this, and I'll show you how to put these in. Oh, how's I get on the right side? So you just pop those open, guys, and they'll just slot in. Brand new ones, they get a bit, you just got to jig them around a bit. That's one. Like so. All right. So that's that, and we are going to put them in. Yep, that's the right order. So put them with that. Now, the next step, a couple of bits of hard cardboard. These are just cutouts from people sending me stuff on eBay and other places. I'll put them in between, like a sandwich. Okay, put them like that, and now you can either use tape, or what I like to do is use rubber bands. Now, I've just got a big bag of rubber bands that you can just draw from. They always come in handy, so just like that. And one more round alongside. That's that. Okay, so I'll then fold this up. Okay, wrap it around that with another rubber band, of course. Another band around that. Oh, got one more over. So it fits a bit more snug. Now, last but not least, I'll just get this thing open. Okay, so that's got to go in like so. What I will do is just get a whole lot of bubble wrap. A whole lot of bubble wrap. Now I've got tons of bubble wrap, always good stuff to keep hold of. I'll wrap this bad boy up, bubble wrap, and jam it in there like that. Now, a bit more bubble wrap in the top there, just to stop it from moving around. Okay. See? Go side to side, nothing shaking around. Okay. So keep jamming stuff in until you can't hear it. Right. So for example, I pull that out. All of a sudden, oh, that's not moving anyway, which is good. Yeah, so either way is fine. I'm going to put a little bit more down the bottom here, just for the sake of that, and then just put the details on that, guys, and mail it away. And that just about wraps it up.